What if you just need your fix and society doesn't understand? Let's build that world. You're listening to What If South is Up, a world-building podcast where a D20 gives us a prompt and we try to sound like we've got a plan.
Spoiler, we don't. But we do know how to wing it like an author. I'm Christina.
And I'm Derrick, and today we're not alone. Our guest today is Cindy L. Sell, author of The Last Dragian Saga and Tales from Dessos, a world of spies, sorcerers, and dragons. Welcome to the show, Cindy.
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me. So a lot has happened since I got to chat with you guys last. I have 2 books coming out in August and September, and my first book, Remnants of a Scarlet Flame, which was published last year, has won a couple of awards.
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
You go, girl.
Yeah, just coming out onto the scene with a flash.
Bang.
Something like
Flashbang.
that.
Flashbang, yeah. Claymore, front toward enemy. So, Cindy, what makes your setting different from a traditional fantasy or sci-fi world?
Well, Dessos is really the epitome of the classic fantasy world. It has all of the recognizable races like dwarves, elves, and dragons, but sometimes they go by different names. I'll say what sets it apart is how it handles dragon riders. So the Dragion are my world's version of dragon riders, but they have a much darker history in that they were once the original race on Dessos. And they were so powerful that their own magic started to devour itself. So they summoned the gods with hopes of fixing it. And the best solution these gods could devise were binding the Dragion souls to dragons in order to share the burden of that magic.
That's
Wow.
very cool.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
that's some imagination going there.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept. Kind of flips everything on its head and makes it a cooperative world instead of a antagonistic one in a way. I can
That's
dig
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Wait, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Ask a question. Don't make me do all the work. Fuck.
But I want the...
You're tired.
Okay.
I'm drunk. Let's share the load here.
Okay. Then I am going to ask the question I want to ask.
Okay.
In your world, if your world had a theme park, what would its main ride be?
Okay. So, have you guys heard of the new roller coaster at Cedar Point? It's called Siren's Curse.
No.
I
have-
imagine it more or less like
Hmm.
that. It's a 90-degree tilt and vertical plunge into the unknown. You're either going to love it, it's going to be one of your top favorite rides, or you're going to scream the entire time and never ride it again.
I love that analogy. Good job.
All right. Excuse me. Hi. I got my voice back. So you mentioned it before, but I'm going to dig a little bit deeper here. I heard the debut got quite a bit of attention with awards and other such things. Can you tell us about them?
Yes, so I used the shotgun method for applying for awards in 2024. I was just sort of crossing my fingers, hoping that I might get some recognition in a single one. Well, I absolutely just blew my expectations out of the water, and Remnants walked away with a Kansas Notable Book Award, a Midwest Book Awards Silver Medal, a Wishing a Shelf Awards Silver Medal, and it was named a Next Generation Indie Book Award finalist.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. And I think that one of the most fantastic things about this, for all of our listeners, especially those who want to be published writers, is you should never be afraid of singing your own praises.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to stick your neck out. Sometimes it pays off.
Absolutely, especially
yeah.
if you're indie. Especially if you're indie.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right,
those
well, that's
awards
super
definitely
cool.
help.
Super
Congrats,
cool.
girl. Congrats.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're killing it. And I have
Yep.
read that book, and it is absolutely fantastic. So
Thank you.
for the people out there listening, if you haven't read the book, we'll put a link in the description. Definitely go check it out. And I think it's going to be on sale here soon.
Yes,
So,
so it's going to be on sale to celebrate the launch of my second book, Embers Rising. It will be 99 cents on Amazon from August 5th, which is launch day for book 2, to August 12th.
and can you repeat the title of it just in case somebody missed it in the beginning?
Sure, absolutely. It's called Remnants of a Scarlet Flame, The Last Rage on Book 1.
Awesome.
That's super good. All right. So, what are we drinking? Do we have potions, elixirs, anything like that? And what's going on in the real world?
I'll go first.
Please do.
My potion tonight is called Spicy Honey, and I'm drinking it up. And if you're not a bartender or know what that means, just means I'm drinking it straight, no ice, just up. And it's what we call it, spicy honey in my world. But in the real world, let me see, it's made by Rocky Peak, which is a New Hampshire local distillery, and it's actually just hard cinnamon. It's really good.
Okay.
And so I like it because it's got that little bit of heat and it's sweet and
Mhm.
whatever. I don't have to I shouldn't probably drink it straight, but I'm hardcore tonight. So anyways,
Yeah, go
what's
hard or
going
go
up?
home.
You're right. What's been going on in my creative world? I've actually been working on my script, believe it or not. Yeah. Hasn't been a ton of progress. Nothing like what Cindy does or what you're doing, Derrick. But hey, I'm gonna take this win, and any amount of words are right is a win. So there you
Absolutely.
go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Progress is progress. Cindy, what do you have tonight?
So it's been super hot where I am, and like I think yesterday was 105 degrees, and I
I'm so
have
sorry.
not been drinking enough water. So I am gonna be the silly person in the room. I have spiked water, which is just Mio in water. It's great.
Hey.
What's water? What in water?
Mio.
Mio?
Yeah, so
Oh, the squirt
yeah,
bottle thing.
yeah, the little squirt bottle things with
Yeah.
the fake sugar. It's great. It
I
doesn't make
just
me
bought
feel
a
guilty at all, and
my
it's
birthday's on
still
Friday, and I bought myself a seltzer water spritzer, whatever it's called, makes your own seltzer water.
Soda Stream?
Yes, thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
And I bought all the not Mios because I like stevia, but oh man, how nice is it? I don't have to go to the store anymore.
Right.
If I want my seltzer water, it's right there, and I've got my squirt bottles, just not Mio.
for sure. Yeah, we
Hell yeah.
had one of those soda streams for a while. It was a wedding gift actually, and we used it
Yeah.
for a bit, and then the CO2 ran out, and we never refilled it.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. But I got 2 CO2 bottles, so hopefully.
There you go.
What about
And
you,
when
Derrick?
I was gonna say, when it does run out, just go find like a paintball store. They can either refill it or get you a new one
I got
for
something down the
way
street.
cheaper than the Soda Stream ones.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No. But I am drinking something that I'm calling Dwarven Honey, which is
I love it.
real world. It's bourbon just with a little bit of honey in it.
How is it that you and I always are like in sync with either our drinks or our story? Something every week we're in like sync, and it's weird. For the
It's like
audience,
we know each other.
well, we live like 2,000 miles apart. We're not even in the same time zone, and we still get in sync. I don't get it.
I
It's
don't know.
creepy.
I don't know. 3 years of doing this, 2.5 years of doing this.
But
It
anyways,
just
what's
happens.
going on in your real world?
Well, I've made a personal decision that the dad bod has to go. So I'm working out, feeling good, even if it really hurts like hell today. But I'm also writing on book 3. Got some crazy good stuff happening there. Emotional damage on all fronts. And getting ready for...
Emotional damage.
Yes, that, exactly. um, Cindy's going to hate the last few chapters I wrote. But
Oh,
nobody died yet.
yet.
Well, one person died.
Damn it, Derrick.
I don't know how attached you are to that person, but one person died.
Just watch. It'll be like one of my favorite side characters or something. So
I don't know. I don't know.
as long as it's
You,
not Thalen, I'm still rooting for Thalen.
he doesn't have the familiar bond that Inara has, and she's basically gonna live forever. So, Anyways, nope. Working on book 3, and I've got the launch of Nombra, the new novella, coming up on August 1st. So I'm doing some
Yay.
marketing and getting ready for that.
I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah, me too. All right. So moving on, since we're very digressive tonight, is that even a word, digressive? We digress. What breakthrough or breakdown have you had recently in writing or world building?
We'll let Cindy go first.
All right. Well, I sort of pants the crap out of most things. And
Yay.
today I was working on my 3rd book. When I realized I haven't actually explained how the corruption of Dragion souls happens. And I found a really good spot to put it in a way that doesn't break the flow or feel like that maid and butler conversation. And I was just so happy to finally get that out because eventually, once this series is done, I want to travel 15,000 years back in time and actually tell another story that's based on Dragion corruption and how the people of the world actually dealt with that way back in the day.
Well,
Well,
that
that's
sounds
cool.
super cool.
That's fun times.
Have you considered a series of parallel novellas?
Yes,
listen to you.
actually. There's
All
not
right.
enough time in the day, unfortunately.
Oh, I know.
What about you, Derrick?
Well, I had a very good talk the other night with a mutual friend to all of us, shout out Hank, and really hashed through some upcoming things in book 3. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's less of a plot-based thing and more of a magical/mechanical/metaphysical trait of the world that was hanging me up, and I feel really good about it. We had a really good talk, and he sort of changed the direction of the whole 3rd act, which is going to be dope. So again, shout out to him. Awesome conversation. Thanks for the brainstorm. And yeah, I gave me a chance to rehash the deep mechanics of my magic system in a way I haven't done in a while, especially being 3 books in, 6 books in. Jeez, being really deep into this world, and served as a bit of a reminder that I know all this stuff, but the reader doesn't, and I need to weave in the how and why of the magic as much as what the magic is doing. So it kind of redirected my priorities slightly, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not being specific, but it was really great. So I got that
So
hashed out.
sounds like you and Cindy kind of had the same epiphany.
In a way, yeah.
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 It's funny how that happens in a book 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Where was my
interesting.
memo, Cindy?
Oh,
Yeah.
wherever mine was, man.
Right? Christina, how
So
about you?
mine's less world building, more just writing in the world, but it is embarrassing as it is to say, but I finally got the goal. And I don't mean the plot goal. I kind of know what the plot goal. I've always known, not kind of. I know what the plot goal is. But I mean the protagonist's interpersonal life-changing thing that they need to do, or that they need to understand, or what needs to be said to show that they understand for that character arc to be complete. I mean, I've always had an inkling, but geez, sweet moons, I finally was able to put it into an actual paragraph. And keeping this in mind, it is helping so many other dominoes now that to fall into place that I was scrambling over. And it just feels so good. Just to this one thing, just knowing what their inner battle, being able to put their inner battle into words has been awesome.
I love those moments.
Yeah. I mean, it took me, what, 3 years, guys? 4 years? 3 years?
Something
But
like
I got
that.
it. Yeah.
Who's counting?
Better late than never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be my nickname from now on.
Yeah. All
But yeah,
right. That's one of those things that's kind of tricky to nail down. Like you definitely have an idea of it, and then when you actually try to write it down, it doesn't happen. You can't
or
quite
try to
flesh it out. So
articulate.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
ask me, what is the wound, or what is the problem, or what are they trying to solve, and I could put it in this big long sentence or this paragraph, but to actually get it succinctly into a handful of words.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. It's definitely tricky. It's one of those challenges we all face, and yeah, I don't know if I could do that right now. Like if I were to take Anara, I don't know that I could write down her motivation or driving force in a good way. I haven't tried to do that. Like I know what it is and I know what I'm working for, but I haven't actually tried that exercise, and I don't think I could. So good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. But one more thing is what worlds have you been exploring lately, and what did it show you about your own? So, Xtina, how about you lead this one off?
Um, actually, what worlds have I been exploring lately? So in my head, I had a totally different answer to this, but now I'm listening to the question, um, and I have a totally different answer. Something that sparked my imagination.
Oh, Xtina's gone rogue.
I'm going rogue. Um, but I talked about Babylon 5 last time, so that's not it. I mean, I'm waiting to saw Superman, and that was really, really good, but I don't know that it sparked anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, I got nothing. So
Creative stagnation, understood. Cindy, how about you?
I've been listening to nonfiction, so that's not really world building or into another portal. And all the TV shows I've been watching lately have just been kind of in the background so I can get other things done. So since our last episode, I don't really have anything. So I'm gonna like you said, Cindy, go for it.
All right. So I have been binging this show on BBC. It's totally outside my wheelhouse. Like normally I'm fantasy or sci-fi or just something like totally off the wall. But this show is called a midwife. And it's exactly what it
I
sounds like.
love that
Yes.
show. Oh
Yes.
my God, I love that.
I love yes. So I'm on like season 12 now and just quickly catching up and running out of show, and it's really sad. But so for those of you who don't know, so this is a drama that's surrounding the tales of midwives and women's rights and all the issues that families faced from the 1950s onward. And the scary thing is that it's touching on issues that still exist today. And
Right?
it sort of inspired me to push the envelope a bit with my next book in the Tales from Dessos series, where the female main character has to make some really impossible choices while working undercover as a spy in a country where women are essentially bargaining chips to be traded at will.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So what I love about to call the midwife or call the midwife is how deeply entrenched you are in each character's character arc in their story. You know who these people are inside and out, and the littlest thing that goes on in their life that wouldn't be good in a typical drama has you sobbing and feeling for them. So the deep relationships that they have, that the consumer ends up having with the characters, I think is what makes the show so special.
Well, especially because somehow they managed to boil it down to a single episode. Like you
Mm-hmm.
get into these women's heads, these families. You learn who they are and what they stand for and what issues they face throughout their lives, and it's done in a span of like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to me.
And so they use real newborn babies. I mean, they're not like 1-month-old babies or anything. So throughout the UK, they have a lottery to see who can have their baby on the show
That's
after
cool.
it's
I didn't
newly
know that.
born. Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow.
Signing up for the curse of the child actor.
Not quite. Not quite. You know,
It's
they
just
come
No,
out,
birth.
they look
I'm
kind of funny as
kidding,
it
but
is, so they won't look
Yeah.
the same a couple weeks from then.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's actually really interesting. I haven't watched that one. It's not
You
something I
you
really
won't
have
you
an
won't.
interest in.
You won't. You won't.
No,
It's not
Yeah,
it's
it's not
it's
a
not.
Derrick show.
Nope, absolutely not.
you know, my husband has been watching it with me, and it's actually really neat to see how invested he gets in the show because when I started watching it, he left the room. And a couple of
Oh,
seasons in, he was
interesting.
sitting in the room with me while the show was on, and I kept seeing him look up from his phone. And the next thing I knew, we were watching season 6 together, and now we're on like season 12. It's amazing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a keeper.
He is absolutely a keeper.
Yeah, something
Aw.
basically the reverse of that happened to me. I was watching Hell on Wheels a few months ago, and every time she would walk through, she stayed a little bit longer. So I get it, but that's not one that I'm necessarily going to be drawn to.
Nah,
If
I
you
don't
ever
blame you.
want to learn about the female perspective and just watch one season. Just watch one and
Yeah,
you'll get a really good insight into how to make a woman's voice.
fair enough. All right. Well,
What about you?
I went to see F1 with Brad Pitt, the new movie. And I wouldn't say it was a masterpiece, but it told the story really well, and Brad Pitt absolutely killed that role. He did an amazing job.
Oh, really?
But they managed to take a basic premise of go fast and actually turn it into a character piece and did a fantastic job. So as far as like, oh yeah, a dude that likes to drive cars and go really fast, sounds like a cheap Fast and the Furious ripoff, but it was actually a beautiful character piece with a lot of development and layers, and I really enjoyed it. I need to see it again and take some notes. Just to try to remember all the things that went through my head while I was watching it, going, I need to remember that because that's a really good thing to do with a character, or that's how you do that, or that kind of thing. So,
Yep.
and then I also finished reading Fractal Noise by Christopher Polini. It's the second of his ongoing Fractalverse sci-fi series that he's been writing. And I'm not sure what I was expecting. I read the first one, Sleep in a Sea of Stars, and Fractal Noise was extremely different. It was one character for the entire book in one situation doing one thing, but the entire book was an absolutely gorgeous study in grief.
Oh,
Like fighting through it, fighting the self-destructive tendencies, and like learning to accept things. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's a sci-fi, but I feel like the sci-fi was set dressing for the grieving, and it was beautifully written. So I will absolutely recommend that one, especially if you're one of those people that's kind of in that place and trying to figure out how to move past it. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. But that brings us to the whole reason we're here, other than hanging out and digressing, which we're really good at.
It's like we're pantsers or
Our
something.
right, our question for the week. We rolled a d20 and it rolled a natural 20, which led us to this. What if magic was addictive and society treated it like a controlled substance?
I like it.
I like it too. It's kind of fun. Kind of wish
Read it
Meg were
again.
here. What if magic was addictive and society treated it like a controlled substance?
I like it.
Yeah, where's that going to take us?
Well, personally, I think it depends on the society. I mean,
True.
some people see as somebody that has an addiction as it being not a flaw or a character flaw, but actually as a true sickness, a true disease. And so how would they treat it? So if we go to how would this be treated in today's America versus how it'd be treated in Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a different story.
Very true. But how would it be treated in Cobb?
Let's be clear. I want a utopia, so I'm going to say they handle it beautifully and perfectly. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This is an example of wishful thinking.
yes, it's
Indeed.
called wishful thinking. Let me think about that for a moment while we give Sandy, Sandy, while
Who?
we give give Cindy a moment to chime in.
Your name's in there somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. One of
So,
them.
gosh, I can't not look at this like a question of opiates. Like if we think of the trips that people go
Mm-hmm.
on certain drugs, it's like that could be considered magic in a lot of people's
could.
minds. And just I think if magic, like if it were addictive in the United States, I would be an addict.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. I would absolutely be an addict. But
So
if it were addictive on Dessos, for instance, I mean, it kind of is like the way that they handle this magical metal. It's called Saphirum, and it's basically like their mana source, and it's a controlled substance in a way like you can get it on the black market. You can't possess it if you are a non-magic user, if you don't have magic. You like if you're arrested if you get caught with this, and sometimes made to disappear. But I mean, in a way, it really could just be considered, because you go through crashes. Like you can have Magus Folly if you use it too much in my
Mhm.
world, and you can overcast, you can overextend, and I don't know. Maybe it just is on Dessos.
Plot twist.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, something I find interesting about this question with listening to you is, so what if it didn't depend upon somebody having an addictive personality or being predisposed to addiction? And what if the magic in itself was magic because it made people addicted to it? Regardless of your social standing or your, whether or not you have the predisposition to it. And that is something I would find interesting, is that it doesn't matter who you are or what your chemical makeup of your body is. It's the magic itself that makes you addicted to it. And that would be an interesting story.
Could be. Could be.
Which is, in my world, in Cobb, the bad guy actually has an ability where people become addicted to him without them wanting to. So it is part of my world. So when I think about it that way,
Magical pheromones.
basically, yep. Yep.
Hey, I mean, if it fits, it fits.
And what my world has done about it is they've made the use of that magic illegal.
Well, it clearly didn't stop him.
Well, because he's not listening to the law.
Of course not.
That's why he lives where he lives.
Bad guys
Yeah,
never do. That's why they're bad guys.
that's true.
Unless the bad guy is the law.
Then he's a very bad guy.
Right. No. As far as my brain, my very, very odd brain is taking this in a slightly different direction. But I see it as like, okay, you use magic or you're exposed to magic, and basically you get a buzz. You feel great, you see fancy colors, whatever the case may be, but you can get high off of it. Just, yeah, treat it like an opiate, like Cindy said. Like, you can get high off of it if you're around it or use it, but if you use it too much without having, like, the appropriate resistance to it, you can definitely go too far and it, basically overdose on it.
And I think
I think that's a really interesting angle.
I think that it could also depend. Like we could add another layer and say it depends on the type of magic too, because a healer's magic, if that were addictive, if that were a controlled substance, and only certain people could receive healing magic, or say your healer had issues, if that could be a different look on it, or if you've got, say, battle magic where you're fighting a war with another nation and you've got to be really sparing with the way you wield your battle mages. It'd be cool too.
Well, it's sort of like the Witcher world. Fire magic was forbidden because of
Oh, that's
how
right.
addictive it could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And Yennefer, she just said screw it and kind of went off the deep end for a hot minute there. But yeah, that's an interesting way to put it as well. As far as my actual book world, Qetra, goes with this, I wouldn't say that it's addictive, but at the same time, if you don't know how to use it properly, magic can kill you. So, like, knowing how much is too much and that sort of thing is really important, because pretty much anybody that wants to can learn to use magic, but it's risky and you have to be very precise with it. So not everyone does.
Okay, so this just gets into my point is that true addiction is not a moral fallacy in that if I use this too much, I'm going to be in trouble. They have an inability to stop themselves or to stop that addiction. They could do it once and be completely addicted and their life is ruined. They have no choice. So when we say that we have to be careful with magic, otherwise you'll become addicted, that's not how it works. That is a 21st century view of how addiction works in the Americas, and that is not how addiction works. So if you're saying that the magic itself can make anybody addicted, that is something different than saying if you use it too much, you might become addicted. So you have to be strong-willed and not use it too much. Otherwise, you're going to become addicted, and that's a bad thing.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying at all, but continue.
No, so I think it's important if we do something like this in our world, we need to be really careful not to blame the victim, if that makes sense. And I don't mean to sound overly woke here, but this is a really important concept of the addiction kind of thing. So
yeah, no, I completely understand.
So how would society treat it like? What if society treated it like a controlled substance? Again, I go back to my question. Well, what does the society think of people who become addicted to things? You know, and you can make anything you want illegal, but that doesn't stop an addictive personality from being able to find it.
Right.
But if it's the thing itself, I think it's some opiate, one of the opioids, one of them think it's actually crack cocaine or one of them, that you use it once, you could become addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like your body, like with addiction, addiction is a physical dependence on whatever substance it is. Like like
Mm-hmm.
if you look at something really simple, like we're all addicted to caffeine. Like anybody who consumes coffee every day is gonna get the coffee shakes if they don't have their cup of coffee, or
Mm-hmm.
but then there are those, I get caffeine headaches if I don't have
Mm-hmm.
a soda or whatever at a certain time of the day, and it's miserable. It hurts.
Yeah.
And people who have an alcohol addiction, they can't just quit cold turkey, or they'll have what's it called, the liver, like their kidneys shut down, and they have
Mm-hmm.
like really bad liver problems and stuff. It's bad. Like you die from it.
And
And
what's amazing is how society treats a caffeine addiction
yeah, yeah,
and a
there's a
sugar
huge difference
addiction
there.
and a heroin addiction differently.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Well, you're addicted to coffee, here's a Starbucks. You're addicted to sugar, here's a bakery. You're addicted to heroin, go to jail.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yep. So no, I get it. It's definitely one of those topics that you want to treat delicately if you end up using it.
Absolutely.
But
I mean, it's made me look at. I mean, I've been struggling really hard with my bad guy, and this is a spoiler alert. So if you guys don't want to hear it, I'm talking to the listeners, not you guys. You have to hear me. Um, but the listeners, if you don't want to hear the spoiler alert, then you need to go away. But um, Nikolai, his magical power makes it so that people become addicted to pleasing him. Okay,
mm,
not sexually, Cindy. Get out of there. Just just doing what he wants. Um, and um, I've been really careful to and been sensitive in the fact that so many people in the indigenous cultures have a alcohol dependency problem,
mm-hmm.
and trying to make sure I don't depict it as a character flaw for the
Mm-hmm.
person dealing with this. But now I'm still thinking about, I just can't make his ability illegal. I just can't, because
Yeah.
it's the same thing as the drug wars here in America, right? So that makes me
Yeah,
look
that
at
did
it
a whole lot of
differently.
good, didn't it?
Yeah, I made a bunch of people rich.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's really fascinating to think about this.
Yeah,
Not to
it's
put a damper on our topic.
no, like those are real world issues too, though. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
think of cigarette companies who, for the longest time, pushed the idea of cigarettes being good for you,
Mm-hmm.
only
Yeah.
to find out in the early 1960s, I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
that
So
they
in
fill your
19
lungs with tar.
in 1972, I think it was. Might have been 1969 or 1972. My grandmother was told, she said that her lungs hurt, and she was told, "Just keep smoking because it helps you
Oh
exercise your
yeah,
lungs." And she died of lung cancer.
Mm.
yeah, that's horrible.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah, so
those.
even the doctors were warped to the thinking.
Well, back in the day, you'd see ads going, 4 out of 5 doctors smoke Camels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you get
So can
into
we see
that.
it as 4 out of 5 dragon riders snort deja juju? I sh-
Yeah.
5 out of 5 Dragon Riders recommend band magic.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, I
Interesting.
mean, you could do that. You could have that sort of warped perspective on it and have it be a real problem and then have to dig your way out of it. It could be an interesting premise for a story.
Well, I kind of have that in Tipori, my first book in the Tales from Dessos
Mm-hmm.
saga or series. So the main character was a pit fighter, and in order to perform at his best, his slave master exposed him repeatedly to a substance called keolite, which sort of functions a lot like a cocaine heroin blend,
Mm-hmm.
and it's extremely addictive, and it makes you extra violent and impulsive and quickens your reaction time beyond the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And this main character also has the ability of foresight. So not only is it heightening his physical reactions, it's also quickening his ability to predict where his enemy is going to strike. And so it essentially made him unstoppable. But when
Right.
he wins his freedom from the arena and moves on from pit fighting and from slavery and works his way to the top of this caste system, he's still addicted. He's still struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where he's the longer lived race. So I'd say lifespan of 300-400 years. And when you meet him, he's like 120 something or like 140 something. And he still battles with his addiction, and he gets re-exposed to this drug, and he has this just utter meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
all of those triggering feelings come back. And so he's it's one of those things, like you're once you're addicted, you're always addicted. Like you always are battling that substance, and it just never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important to remember. Like you're never really truly over it. It's a lifelong battle once an addiction has taken root.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had a not sociologist, a doctor of some kind, ask me how in my world we treated sickness, mental health and mental sicknesses. And I didn't have an answer for him. And he goes, I just want you to remember that this happens in all societies.
Mm-hmm.
Even if magic is involved, it's going to happen. You can't magic it away.
Right.
And that's an interesting concept when I think about this. What if magic was addictive? There's no magical serum that's going to make magic not addictive.
Yeah, you can't use the addictive thing to get rid of the addictive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
yeah.
scary.
That puts in my mind like methadone clinics and things like that. Like, oh, you're addicted to a thing. We're just going to give you little bits of it to keep you sane. We're not actually going to help. So yeah, I get that.
Very interesting. Not very fun.
No, that was a heavy one, but
That was a heavy
I
one.
think it was a good discussion.
It was. That was great.
So, Cindy, before we wrap up, where can our listeners find you and your work?
Well, so I'm mostly on Facebook and Threads. I've recently dipped my toe into TikTok, and I hate it. I
Fair.
absolutely hate it. Like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I've got such a hang up with TikTok and Instagram. Like, I don't do well on either platform. But anyway, so my ebooks are on Amazon, and they're all going to be available on Kindle Unlimited. The print are found everywhere. And then I hope you guys will join me for Embers Rising, the second book in the Last Rajan saga, on August 5th. And September 2nd, my first dark and spicy romantasy in the Tales from Dessos series, which is called Foray, will launch.
Awesome.
So in case we have this thing going for many, many years, this thing being the podcast, that was August 5th, 2025 and September 2nd, 2025.
Oh yeah, I
So
suppose that's important too.
So if it's past that date, go back and find them.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Go read
find
these
me.
books.
They'll still
They're
be
awesome.
there.
Read Cindy's books. She's a fantastic writer.
Please
and
read her books.
Reading her stuff always makes me want to be better. So definitely go and
Aw.
check those out.
Aw.
On
You
a
guys
side
are
note,
amazing.
my now inadequate novella, Nombra, the third novella in my Crimson Prophecy world set in Qetra, will be releasing on August 1st, 2025. So we've got launch dates just a couple of days apart. So you can grab that one too. It is available as an ebook pretty much everywhere, and a paperback on Amazon as of the launch day. So,
Oh,
Awesome.
if you, dear listener, have a what if question that you want us to roll into madness, send it to whysouthisup@gmail.com or drop it in our Facebook inbox. We would love to hear from you. And Cindy, thank you so much for joining us. We hope your second book does just as well and goes as big as the first. You're going to shotgun that one too? The award
I don't know
circuit?
yet. I think I'm gonna maybe do a couple, a few fewer.
Oh, yeah.
It got pretty expensive there for a bit, so
Oh, that's
we'll see.
fair. That's absolutely fair. But best of luck with that.
And
For
thank you for
sure.
coming onto the show.
Absolutely.
Words are hard.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
We're writers. We all know words
What
are
are
hard.
words?
Right?
Words don't matter.
They absolutely matter. That's why we exist. Christina, come on.
We're descriptive grammarists around here. If we know what we meant, it's grammatically correct.
I know what I meant. Just because you misunderstood.
Yeah, don't
It's not my problem.
hold me accountable for my words.
Whoa. Okay.
Tonight. I mean, right
Oh.
now.
Oh.
We all, okay. Anyways, thanks for listening, everybody. Stay curious and never forget, you can always wing it like an off.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Toodles. Cindy, you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
So timid.